This week on Cartoon Dumpster Dive, we celebrate the movie A Miser Brothers Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Unless you're watching this not the day it comes out, then merry regular day, everybody. Joe, this is like a very late sequel. Wouldn't you say?
It is. Honest, I thought this came out like 2 years after The Year Without a Santa Claus.
Yeah. Well, I knew it wasn't that short of a time because the claymation is way too smooth, which I feel like that hinders this movie to me.
Well, I'll go and tell you, like, for me, I didn't even know this existed until you told me. Seeing just pictures, that's where I assumed it was like 2 years after The Year Without a Christmas. Not basically 40-something years.
Yeah.
But, and just full disclosure, Andrew, and to all of the listeners out there, I did not watch this. I did not have a chance. So you will be informing us all on what a masterpiece this movie is.
I had to pay $5 to watch this, so I don't ever want to hear anyone saying, I don't care about putting in the work or just doing it. Like, I didn't have enough time to figure out where to go to see. Nobody's torrented this. Nobody's put the effort to make this illegally downloadable.
That's a bad movie. That's a bad something, whatever it is.
It's just like, should we put this on our server? Dude, nobody's going to need that. So it's
what are you talking about?
They probably don't know what that exists to put it on there. So yes, I paid $5 of my own hard-earned money just to watch it. I gotta say though, I ended up, and it might be just because it's the season. Christmas movies are weird. All Christmas movies are more or less bad, right?
Yeah. At
best, a Christmas movie can be average, but they're all graded on a curve on the season. They get a Yuletide bonus points because it's Christmas and it makes you feel Christmassy to watch a Christmas movie. It gets you in the mood for Christmas. So
that
when
holiday spirit,
it's like I'm watching this. It's like 4 days before Christmas, and I'm kind of digging it. There are less songs in this one.
Really?
Yeah, there are less songs.
I figured there would be more songs because the songs is
what
got
makes
these
the Rack and Bass films.
It got these two characters popular.
Yeah, they're the only reason they picked the Miser Brothers is because they were the standout characters of the first A Year Without a Santa Claus. It's not like they're going to do a movie about Iggy. Why would they? That would be fucking stupid. He's a good dumbass kid. Although he is a major plot point in our bonus episode, the live action A Year Without a Santa Claus, only available on Patreon. Subscribe today. Brr, 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 brr.
I don't need to add that sound effect.
Oh, you should add it. Yourself. You should add them anyway.
Brr, 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 brr.
But before we get into this movie and its cast, how did this get made? Because oddly enough, I know, spoilers, this is not a Rack and Bass production.
It is not.
I think because they don't exist.
You are correct there, Andrew. So really, there's not a lot to this.
I didn't think there would be.
No, it literally is Warner Brothers had the rights after showing A Year Without Christmas, the Rankin Bass
A Year
one.
Without a Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, The Year Without a Santa Claus. After 30, 40 years of success with The Year Without a Santa Claus, Warner Brothers decided, hey, we need something else. Let's pull the Miser Brothers out of The Year Without a Santa Claus and give them their own film. This is what I'm led to believe because I couldn't find a lot of information on how this got started besides that it was Warner Brothers.
They did it.
Yeah, like it was just Warner Brothers Animation decided to make this film in 2008. And there was one thing that I found funny. This was a made-for-TV movie, just like The Year Without a Santa Claus.
Right.
It is said that when the movie first aired, according to Nielsen ratings, it had 3.7 million viewers when it was released.
That seems good.
And it was also nominated for a Best Animated Television Production produced for children in the annual Annie Awards for that year.
Okay.
So apparently they made a movie that was nobody remembers, had enough viewers, even almost won a award, but still no one remembers this.
No one remembers or cares or...
No. Because why would they?
They still... And you know what's even weirder? You don't ever... It doesn't seem like it replays anything.
No. But that's it, Andrew. Not too much around the creation of this. Just a money grab, from what I can tell.
Right.
Hit us with the voice actors.
So, believe it or not, despite having a 34-year-old gap, there are two people from the original A Year Without a Santa Claus who reprised their roles. One of them, unfortunately, passed away before this movie was made. Dick Shawn, who died in 1987, does not reprise his role as Snow Miser.
Okay.
So the voice cast for A Miser Brothers Christmas is Mickey Rooney is Santa Claus, George S. Irving is Heat Miser, Juan Choran is Snow Miser, Catherine Disher is Mrs. Claus and Reindeer Elf, Brad Adamson is the North Wind, and Patricia Hamilton is Mother Nature. Okay. Their other works include Mickey Rooney was a Santa Claus in almost all the Rankin Bass films. George S. Irving was Geppetto in Pinocchio's Christmas.
I want to be a real boy.
He did for Christmas. Juan Choran was Count Dracula in a TV movie, Dracula, a chamber musical.
What?
Yep. Catherine Disher was Dr. Natalie Lambert in Forever Night. She's also the voice of Jill in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Cool.
Brad Adamson he's one of the Sim voices in The Sims 4.
So he does the Sim.
He goes like,
what do they call that? Simlish?
Simlish, yes. And finally, Patricia Hamilton is Rachel Lind and Evanelli. She's also Mabel in My Bloody Valentine.
Okay.
And neither one of those I really know.
No, me neither.
So, okay. We can talk about the animation a little bit.
Okay.
It's a lot smoother, but I think it's to the film's detriment. I feel like you lose a little bit of magic without having that sort of kind of choppy Rankin Bass film. it's almost too good.
So it's smooth.
It's
like
smooth,
the
but it's
movement.
like it's too smooth. I don't know. For some reason, like that was a big complaint, but I knew it shouldn't have been. It should technically be an improvement. So the story goes like this. Mrs. Claus, again, just like in the first film, she mentions, like, do you ever remember the year there almost wasn't a Santa Claus? I was like, well, this year there might not be a Christmas at all.
Oh.
And then they'll go, but first we're going to have to go back a bit. So the Miser brothers are still fighting. No matter what, they've been hating each other. They're never going to stop hating each other, but they're late for their family reunion.
All right.
With all their siblings. And so their mother calls them up and she's just like, one joke that did crack me up is Heat Miser is mad at Snow Miser because he's making people think global warming is a bad thing. So our theory from last week that Heat Miser has been a lobbyist for the American government to keep the world polluting might actually canonically be true.
Look, guys, this global warming thing, it's actually a good thing.
It's actually not that bad. Who really likes snow or polar bears? You know what I mean? So
hey, everybody wants beachfront property somewhere. Come on.
So there, you also get to meet Earthquake, Thunder and Lightning, the Tides, and the North Wind, who is obsessed with two things, taking over Santa Claus and himself. And so he asks, so once the Miser brothers stop fighting with each other, the North Wind is able to ask Mother Nature if something were to happen to Santa Claus, who would take his place. And so, because the North Wind's territory is the North Pole, it's him. So he's like, okay, I'm going to he's basically plotting to kill Santa Claus. He also he's got a Jay Leno face. He basically looks like a purple Jay Leno. If I were to describe him.
Okay. And that's the North Wind.
Yeah, that's the North Wind. And so we go back to the North Pole and we see this mechanic elf has made a new turbo sleigh and everything's going according to plan. Like Santa's talking to like the head elf. He's like, toy production is up 10% from what it was last year. And he goes, that's terrific as long as everyone's having fun. Santa's a fun boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Not a slave driver at all.
He's not some cruel slave driving monster that the left wants you to believe. I'm just kidding. I just feel like if Santa was real, there would be some sort of like there would be a
political
Alex Jones,
conspiracy.
there would be like a Alex Jones style podcast where he's like, people want you to think that Santa's some sort of slave driver, but not me. Those elves want to be there. I can't sound like Alex Jones.
That's it. We're all frogs. Why are we here just to suffer?
They want you to believe that they're selling a bunch of gay frog plushes up there. And I'm here to tell you, America, we're going to cover back the ice wall of lies that the left tries to freeze over.
Best Alex Jones I've ever heard.
And it's like, it's instead of InfoWars, it's like Yule Wars or some shit like that. Dude, he would have a war on Christmas like that. He'd call it something like that. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. So Santa's like, they're like, this thing's never been tested, this super sleigh. And we learned that the little mini minions of the North Wind have tampered with it, but they go out for a test drive. And Santa, just like in the first movie, for some reason, people just keep wanting to go into the Miser Brothers crossfire.
That must be the only way out. which is
I find another way. It's been 34 years.
Well, it's hilarious that Santa can fly. I mean, you don't have to fly through their territory. You could just go around.
Yeah,
you're
very
flying.
True. Yeah, it's weird. Just go through. Now yeah, I don't really get it why that keeps happening. But as far as they know, the Miser brothers are the one that shot down Santa. And so they're like, okay. Oh, and when Santa crashes, he throws out his bag and he goes, I can't deliver the presents. And so as punishment, the Miser brothers have to work together to build the toys and deliver them for Christmas. So they have to get along. And Mrs. Claus actually has a pretty smart plan to make them get along. She shows them, like, you can watch like everybody on the naughty and nice list, their past, and they show them that the reason that they hate each other is just one giant misunderstanding. And she's like, no one that's on the naughty list starts out that way. Usually something happens out of their control that makes them go down the path to being a bad person. And that's what happened here. And so they start to buddy up. They both sing their Miser songs as a duet. They save a lot of time with that, which is good because this movie is roughly under an hour. So the North Wind is fucking furious because he's like, I can't believe these two schmucks are getting along. How is everybody supposed to love me if they save Christmas? And so they do another thing. They do it. This is a short movie. That's why describing this is like going super fast.
Yeah.
There is one part that made me uncomfortable. And
what's that?
So Mrs. Claus brings them into the naughty and nice, like, observatory room.
Dungeon. Okay.
Well, no, it's more like a survey. It's more like their version of the NSA.
A dungeon. All right.
Okay. And so she's like, this is where we determine if somebody's naughty or nice. And Heat Miser is like, that's totally hot. And then Snow Miser's like, that's totally cool. And I'm like, I get what they were trying to do. Like, Heat Miser was supposed to have, like, his own, like, that's rad or some shit like that. Yeah. But, like, calling a room where they watch a bunch of kids to see if they're morally, like, all right, hot is not the vernacular I would use to describe that. Nope. In fact, there's not really any word that Heat Miser could use in his heat-based vocabulary. Because, like, I was thinking, well, maybe sizzling. And I'm like, no, that's still not great. Humid.
He needs to just get rid of the heat-related puns.
Yeah, like, retire that shtick when it comes to talking about kids. I don't know. I was just like, ooh, bad. Like, when he said it, I was like, not the greatest choice of words right there.
Imagine the movie where, like, he did change it. He said, like, oh, that's pretty neat. And, like, everyone stops and they're like, no heat pun? Heat Miser?
He's like, look, I'm not saying it's hot. Okay,
he's like,
you guys are watching children. This is already weird enough.
Exactly.
A whole base of operations based on what watching kids in the North Pole. Like, that's weird in itself when you think about it with Santa Claus.
He's like, look, this is already weird enough. You guys are watching children, even watching them when they sleep. He's like, look, I don't want to get involved in this.
Yeah, I'm done. Actually, I probably would have just, if I was one of the Miser brothers, I'd be like, well, I'm going to go. What is this? I'm alerting the UN. You guys do what in this room? How much of these children do you watch? This is not okay.
The moment he says, like, that's hot, Chris Hansen walks in. He's like, so I'm going to need you to take a seat.
Chris Hansen. Why don't you take a seat?
Why don't you take a seat?
But anyway, so he's like, the North Wind is mad that they're getting along and so he puts these devices on the sleigh. So when they step on them, like it blows heat on Snow Miser and cold on Heat Miser. And they're like, you're trying to sabotage me, you piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. And they just start fighting. And then Santa's like, he does what he has to do. And he's like, somebody's got to deliver these presents, and thrown back out or not, I guess it's going to be me, because these two knuckleheads aren't gonna do it. Idiots. So Santa, bad back, original sleigh, and the North Wind is like, I'm going to kill this fat bastard once and for all. He's not even hiding it at this point. Yeah. So like he creates this purple vortex, and he's like, I'm gonna kill him, and they're like, everybody, he does not wait till he's out of sight. Like it's there, like it's clear as day. And like, is that the North Wind about to kill Santa Claus? So they get the new turbo sleigh fixed up, and they get some trainee reindeer. We saw them earlier in the movie, but I forgot to mention it till now. It was a very like, oh, they're practicing Santa kind of thing. So don't worry about it. I think one of them's name is Goober. Anywho, they all fly up there, and they save Santa Claus, and Mother Nature punishes the North Wind. The Miser brothers learn that one cannot exist without the other. They also deliver the presents because Santa's still like, oh, fuck, my back hurts. Which, kudos for Santa for like, he just pulled out his back. Like, that's like for the first time. Over how many thousands of years of delivering presents at Mach speeds? That's a strong back. This is a strong man is all I'm saying.
Hey, after you've been doing it for 200 years, man, age will slowly catch up to you.
That's right. That's right. But, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it as much as I thought. My criticisms were weird. I thought the animation was too good. I thought there weren't enough songs, and honestly, I think they were really banking on the Miser Brothers songs kind of carrying the movie, because that's why people would want to watch the movie. But then again, if you want to hear that song, you just watch A Year Without a Santa Claus.
Say what you will about Rankin Bass and basically all the Christmas classics, they was able to capture magic.
They were able to capture a spirit of like claymation because they're kind of the standard.
Yeah, they are. And I think WB, hey, your heart was in the right place, but you couldn't do it, guys. It's a cheap imitation in a sense.
Yeah. But yeah, Joel, I believe it's time to go to your new reoccurring segment, reviews that suffer from sibling rivalry and reviews that bask in brotherly love.
Ooh, that's a good one, Andrew.
It's a Christmas miracle. You know what I'm saying?
You pulled it off. So I couldn't find well, first off, let me just let you know, this is sitting at a 6.1 out of 10.
That's fair.
Out of 1,400 ratings.
That's more than I thought people would take the time to review this movie.
Yeah, I really never hear people talk about this, so I'm surprised that it has that many. So I could not find a 1 out of 10, but I did find a 2 out of 10, Andrew. Titled, That's Not True, That's Impossible. The Miser Brothers were my absolute favorite in A Year Without a Christmas. Sorry, Santa, but they beat you. When I heard they were making this, I said, really? They're really doing this. This is going to end up like Spaceballs, the animated series. And I was 100% right. The special is about the Miser Brothers having to settle their differences and save Christmas from their Dr. Evil wannabe brother, North Wind. It's great that Mickey Rooney and George Irving are back as Santa and Heat Miser, but the others don't sound like their original actors. Advice: if you make a sequel to a movie and an actor has died or refuses to return, find someone who sounds like them. Just ignore this, no matter how much you need to watch it. Designs are ugly too.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I get that.
Would you agree that was actually a question I had? The voice actor for what?
Oh no, he does not sound like Snow Miser at all. He
Not
tries.
one bit.
Nah, it's not
that's
like
a shame.
he sounds more. I don't know. I feel like okay. So in the original '74 version, I would say that Snow Miser sounds like Dick Van Dyke, and in this one, he sounds like a sassy gay man. And it's not, yeah, it's just, it doesn't work out. No, it's not like comedically sassy.
Okay. He has that twang.
He has that kind of tone where you're just like, oh yeah, that guy is a homosexual.
That makes sense.
But,
all right.
Well, I guess since you didn't watch it, I can give the closing thoughts, and we can put a bow on the gift that is this episode of the podcast.
Do you want to hear the 10 out of 10, Andrew?
Oh, I thought there actually wasn't one.
There actually is a 10 out of
10.
It's titled A Miser Brothers Holiday Treat. I got this movie on DVD, and to be honest, it's not really half bad. It's actually pretty cute and charming. I hear a lot of people on here complaining about the new character designs and the voices, but I really don't see a problem with that at all. It's actually a pretty fun Christmas special. Heat Miser and Snow Misers are a lot of fun to watch, and to see them fight is just hilarious. Also, I like the new additions like North Wind, who reminds me a bit of Leno in some ways, but must be the chin.
I did not read that review ahead of time, by the way.
The story is very nice. It is very nice, and without giving too much away, I can honestly say that this is the nicest Christmas special I've had. I have had the pleasure of watching. If you're looking for something for the kids to watch this holiday, show them this movie. You would not be disappointed.
There you go. I will like to add one more thing. So you know how they have like the little mini versions of themselves?
Yeah.
Snow Misers looks like Beavis. They look like just little mini blue Beavises, and it's really, really funny. He's Mr. White Christmas. If only the little Heat Miser looked like Butthead, like.
Who knows? Maybe they put that in the live action.
Mr. 101. Heat Blister. Heat Fister. Hey, Butthead. Catch that snowball. All right. Closing thoughts on this movie. There's no other way to find it other than to pay $5. Do not pay $5 for this movie. You can watch all the Rack and Bass ones basically for free wherever. YouTube, Dailymotion, it doesn't matter. They should always be free. You should not have to pay for these movies ever.
No.
In my personal opinion,
never.
It's a made-for-TV Christmas movie. If they are suggested to pay for it, a certain man named Luigi should hunt them down and kill them. Anyway,
Mario.
Allegedly. Yeah, we don't know. All right. Well, I guess that wraps it up. If you would like to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/cartoondd. There we have the $5 tier that gets you stickers and pins mailed to your door, access to our Discord, episodes with extended audio and bonus episodes. If you would like to request a show, you can go to cartoondumpsterdive.com. There you can request, go to our store. I think you can still send us voice messages. We've gotten like 2, and they've never been on time. But you can still do it. Our X handle and Blue Sky handle are both Cartoon DD. We are Cartoon Dumpster Dive on all podcast platforms and social media outlets. If you would like to give us a 5-star review, we can still be the Dumpster Diver Brothers. We're Mr. Anti-Nostalgia. We're Mr. Shitting on Fun. Cartoons from the 90s were actually not that good.
Having fun.
All right, have a great rest of your week, and Merry Christmas.
See ya. Sorry about that. All right, I'm back.
Just don't let it ever happen again.
All right. Go with the voice actors.
This has been a Lughole podcast.